Hi, it's LaShanda Henry here, and today we're going to cover the final piece for the website, which is to add an events section. So I wanted to find something that I felt like was really representative of what you were looking for and something that functioned similar to an Eventbrite. So what I purchased and added onto the website was the Foo Events. I'm going to take you over to that site for just a second. FooEvents.com, they have this awesome plugin. So I have purchased and added on to the Kathy Sutter website two things. The Foo WooCommerce plugin, so essentially that you can have the ability to create events and sell tickets for those events on your website directly through WooCommerce. And then number two, the Foo Events calendar. So you have a calendar on the website that is basically where people can see the latest and upcoming events that you have. So those features are available on the site now. I'm going to walk you through how they work in just a second. But before I do, just kind of wanted to let you know what the plugin was. The website here is FooEvents.com. They have quite a few other features that you may be interested in. So you can take a look at their apps and their pricing packages to see. But the base features that you wanted are now available, which again is adding events to the website, having the ability to directly sell tickets on the website using the WooCommerce platform, and then having a calendar section as well. Okay, so let's go into the actual back end, and I'll take you over to where it says plugins here. So if you're in the back end, you'll see plugins. You'll see two WooCommerce plugins for the WooCommerce integration and also the calendar. Now, if you were to click on introduction, this is actually a very helpful page. Let's just go there for a second here so I can show you. It's going to take you to this page right here. And if you scroll down, there's actually a how-to section on how to set up and add events. There are a lot of common questions that people have that they answer in this section, as well as managing tickets and barcodes, also creating tickets and things of that nature. So outside of what I share with you today, if you ever had a question that you needed to figure out how to do it with Foo Events, their Q&A is underneath. Again, you want to go to plugins, look for Foo Events for WooCommerce, and then click on introduction. The other part of the conversation is settings. They do have a settings link, which you can get through here or by going to WooCommerce underneath settings. So if I was underneath WooCommerce settings and I click on the events tab, this is where you can do a few things. You can set your colors for your ticket, for your buttons. There can even be a ticket logo that might be unique or different from what you have for the main website. And there are other settings that you may be interested in adding here. Okay. So this is the settings section. Essentially what I'm going to do is show you an example of an event, just adding one to the WooCommerce section and then activating the calendar. Because you don't have any live events, as soon as I create the event and finish this training, I will delete it. But I wanted to show you what that process looks like. So what's great about this is everything happens underneath your products section. So I'm going to go to products and add a new product. Okay. Now from here, what you'll be able to do is to, just as before, lay out the name for the event. So let's see, fall. Just going to type in some information here. Fall exhibit. Give it some mock text right here. Okay. Actually, let's do this. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here. Now you'll notice that right now you have categories specific to the paintings and the drawings. I'll just add an events category, and then as you start to add events, you may even find that you have different types of events, exhibits, showings, conferences, workshops, speaking engagements. Maybe you want to start to add different categories underneath events, meetings, but for now, just make it simple and have an events category. Okay. Now I will add, just for the purposes of this example, let's pull one of the photos here from one of your events and use this for the event photo. Okay. And I'm going to go over here where it says event. Is this product an event? Yes. Okay. So start date. Let's select a date here. Let's dive into 16th of November. Start date, start time. Say it starts at 9 o'clock a.m. and ends at 3 o'clock p.m. Venue. You can put your Google information. If you have Google Map coordinates, you can enter them here, or maybe you just want to put a direction. Maybe you have a phone number that you want to enter, email address. Do you have a logo that you want to include for the ticket? Maybe, maybe not. One ticket for exhibit. Thank you page. Thank you for your recent purchase. You can customize the ticket colors and buttons. There are other customizations that you can include here. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep it really simple and then hit the publish option. So I just kind of wanted to show you where I am so far. I don't believe I added a price to this particular ticket, so I'm going to definitely go back to add in a price here. But first I wanted to just kind of create a starting point. And then let me add in a price here. Let's say ticket sales, $45 for a ticket. Let's open this again and hit save to update. Okay, so right now we've got some starter information here. I just entered in $45 for the ticket price, so let me just refresh. Okay, so now there is the price and there is a description, and of course if you click on event details here, just giving it 2 seconds to load, if we take a look at the event details, okay, it's scrolling all over the place. Okay, now if I click on event details, here you see it'll show you the date, the time, and everything else that you want to include so that person can purchase that particular offer. So Let's just pause for a second here. So now that I've created a product in here, I can show you what the calendar looks like and then include some options for you underneath your event link. Okay, so now that our test event is created, I created an event calendar page for you so that if somebody was to click on your calendar, they'll basically have a visual of what's available to them. So they can scroll here. There's nothing for October. I created a test event in November. So if you scroll through, you'll see fall exhibition on the 16th of November. If you click on that, it's going to take you directly to purchase and learn more about that particular event. Okay, so now that the calendar is created, there are basically two ways for somebody to be able to see your events. Either going to the calendar and just kind of browsing through. That's option number one. Or option number two, they can go to your events category in your store. Okay, so I'm going to do one other option and then I'll be able to show you all three. So here is another way of displaying your calendar, and it's called an event list. So essentially they could see any given day what's happening on that particular day. Okay, so this is another style. It's called the event calendar list versus having an actual calendar display versus just taking them to the category called events in your shop that links to visuals of what's happening. So here's what I'm going to do now. The last thing that I'll do today is take you into the menu. So we're in our menu right now. The events custom link does not go anywhere. So what I'm going to do is take the event calendar page, and now if somebody clicks on events, it's going to take them to the calendar. So I will hit save. You can change this option, you can modify, you can add different views. So let me explain. Right now, if somebody clicks on events, it'll take them to the calendar, right? Let's go to products. Product categories. Okay, so one of your product categories is events, right? You can add that to the menu, and then underneath events, you can have an option that says latest events. That goes straight to the category in your shop, right? And then also you can have another option. Let's go to pages. Right now, underneath pages, you'll see one page called Event Calendar List and another one called Event Calendar. So let's add that to the menu. And I'm going to put that here. And change it to Browse Calendar. So now I've basically given you a few options underneath events, and you can adjust the menu if you like. If you can also put it back to a pound sign if you want to just disable the menu altogether until you can delete some of these if you want to, or change this from the event calendar to a pound sign if you want to disable the menu until you start to actually put events in there. But again, it's set up for you to actually use it and sell tickets through it. More detail as far as customization and photos. I mean, the basics, it's pretty straightforward how to add an event and sell it. But if you want to do any further customizations with it, again, Foo Events has pretty much given you some thorough Q&A as far as how you can enhance what you already have there. Plus, when you go to, or if you opt to go to fooevents.com and you take a look at their apps or pricing, you'll see there are quite a few other features that you can have. As a matter of fact, let me go to, let's see where I was before. If I'm in plugins, underneath Foo Events, and I go to, I think, Introduction. I think it's this page. Yes, you'll see that there are some other things that you can add. You can create multi-day events. You can have downloadable PDF tickets. You can have an app that people can check into your event from. So there are a ton of other features that you can enhance. But the basic, fundamental, sign up, get a ticket, pay through WooCommerce, add it to your calendar, those essential features are available to you with what you have. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. And again, make sure that you take a look inside of the Foo Events, introduction page, so that you can take advantage of the information that's available to you there. I'm just going to refresh the page one more time so I can show you the new drop-down menu underneath events now that that is activated. And I think that will be it. You should be all set to add new pieces to the store, and now also events. Yep. So they can browse calendar, or they can check out the latest events, and you can modify your menu based on what you need. Alrighty, hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, take care.